All right, welcome back to the Elias Macko Show. Here's the question. When is the official first day of spring? We are March 19th. It happens, 19th, the 20th, 21st? We're going to try and figure that one out. Leslie Roberts is in studio. You know him and love him. Used to sit in this chair on CJAD, and now he's a big shot at City Hall. Associate councillor on the executive committee. He's responsible for the English-speaking community, universities, the downtown core. Hey, Leslie, how you doing?
I'm well, and I have the answer for you when spring is coming in. You know how I know this.
You know this because you have someone on the inside working the weather beat.
Yeah, it's my daughter. Works at CTV. Lauren. Friday is spring equinox, to answer your question.
Friday. Okay,
yeah.
Tomorrow, March 20th?
Yeah, I didn't get a time yet. I'm waiting. She hasn't answered, but if I get an update, I'll let you know.
Okay, she's probably listening right now. Maybe she'll give us that time update. Okay, so what does spring cleaning mean for the city? Because, you know, I always say this. When it snows, when we get dusted with that snow, this city's so beautiful, right? It's like it's all clean, and then that snow melts, and then you see what winter is left, and the city's never looked worse. It's every year's like this, but so tell me about the task at hand.
Well, I'll even go further than that. Let's face it, we haven't been the clean Montreal that we've known for a while, whether it's spring, summer, fall, whatever. And I think so we went into this winter with challenges.
But why is that? Why so what you're saying there is back in the day, boy, this city was a lot cleaner than it is today. And I'm trying to get to, is it actually true? Or is it that, human nature to always say it wasn't like the old days?
Well, here's my reasoning, and I say this because I moved back to Montreal, 4 years after being away, and I noticed right from the outset it wasn't the same city it was. But it might be true of all cities. Don't get me wrong here, and it may be just the way society has evolved. But I would say one more than that is the fact that, the garbage bins were overflowing in my neighborhood. One of the reasons why, when Soraya called me and said, "Do you want to run?" and I went, "Well, what can I do?" And she said, "Well, we can actually make change happen." Hence, exactly this program that we've rolled out. So the bottom line here is it is psychological to know that if it's a clean city, you feel like it's a better city.
Clean.
Yeah, exactly. But it is a partnership at the same time. And the next time you go to throw that Timmy's cup into the garbage bin, if it's full, maybe you'll look for a second one, or hopefully it'll be emptied. That's our goal, right? Is keep them empty or at least not full.
Yeah. So I wonder, to touch on the thing, because you said maybe it's not just Montreal, it's all cities, right?
Yeah, I believe it is.
So you believe it is?
Yeah, I do. Well,
so
I've lived in a couple. I think it's just
So then
society.
What's changing? Well, what's changing about society then?
Well, I would say we're facing it head on. We're rolling out the program 2 weeks earlier. I think that more importantly, it's a priority for us. I think cities have been so challenged on so many levels, be it financial, social. Go through the list that some of the basic services have been lost, and I think we're bringing that back. We're making sure that whether it's doing the potholes. And we're on that as much as we can. It's been a tough year, as you know. And also, things like garbage collection publicly, it's ironic that the day that we announced this was the same day that the story came out that they were going to take away the garbage bins from LaFontaine Park and replace them recycling, which wasn't our doing. And immediately Claude Pinal, executive committee president, looked at it and said, that doesn't make sense. We're going to axe that. And we did. And, so.
What does that cause? Because basically that's the city hall butting heads with the borough administration, right?
And the previous administration as well. It was leftovers.
Okay, so that was a decision made prior.
Correct.
That you've kiboshed.
Yeah, and it came out of nowhere. It was on the list, and when the date came up, they started to implement it. Radio-Canada did the report, and everybody was surprised. And I can tell you, since then, the question has gone out to the services. What other surprises are on the docket? We need to be able to understand that our priorities may not align with, and it's normal when there's a change of government.
What is your ask of citizens here?
Well, it's pretty basic. Please don't throw your stuff out the car window. There was a time when, you'd look around outside. Now you see people throwing their cigarette butts out the window like it's normal. Yeah. If you see a full garbage can, don't put your thing on top of it. And if you're going downtown, that's my district, downtown. Yeah. And I can tell you that since the program, and it was only a couple of days where we had some dry pavement in there, downtown's looking much better already. Can we keep it down cleaner? That's going to be the challenge that we're going to work in partnership with cities.
Is there any ask about citizens, hey, maybe doing some of the cleaning as well, in their own neighborhoods, trying to help out? Is that part of this?
I would like to think pride of ownership is part of who we are, whether you rent or you own. I would say the same thing with businesses. I can tell we've increased the amount of money spent to help businesses keep their front of their business clean. If you walk through your European cities and you go out in the early morning to get up and go have a coffee and croissant, you see the shop owners, they've got the brooms out, they've got the hoses out, and they're watering down. It's a little different, of course, here because of our climate, but it's the same kind of mentality that I think, that we need to adopt, or at least readopt, and pride of ownership. I understand the frustration, especially if you're downtown with all of the construction and everything else, but every little bit helps.
All right, before I let you go, let's talk about Sunday, which is the St. Patrick's Day parade.
It is.
But of course, that's going to lead, when that parade is over and the people leave, there's going to be a lot of trash on the ground.
Well, the blue-collar workers have this down pat, just like the Irish societies have organized it for 201 years. I'm not worried. Yes, temporarily there will be leftovers, but, the sweepers and so on will be right behind when that's all done.
So tell us about what we're expecting on Sunday.
Okay, well, I'll start from the city administration. The mayor returns from her trip, economic and cultural trip to Korea, midnight Saturday night, and we'll I don't know how much sleep she's going to get given the time change, but she'll be up and ready to go to cut the green ribbon at the beginning of the parade at noon. It starts at Guy and de Maisonneuve, goes all the way down to Maisonneuve for obvious reasons, not St. Catherine, to Saint-Herbin. I found out today that 23 of my Ensemble de Montréal colleagues, so elected officials from all across the boroughs, Jim Bass, for example, very popular guy, he's coming out from Pierrefonds to join me in the parade.
Will you be walking the route?
We are. Okay. The mayor will be leading, and we're going to be among the first group, fortunately, behind a big City of Montreal banner, and we're very proud to be able to do it. And just if I can just add that on Monday at City Council, I have the honor of leading a proclamation is a tribute to the Irish community's contribution, one of the founding cultures, as we know. If you look at our flag, there's a big shamrock on there.
I think we should look at that flag quite often. I think we've forgotten what's on that flag at times.
Well, let's go through it. Shamrock, and then you've got the
thistle.
The thistle.
The rose.
Correct. So English, Scottish, and Irish, French, and
Indigenous.
The Indigenous in the middle now.
That's right. Yeah. And sometimes you talk to people, they seem to forget that there's a big history in this city. It's not like English showed up 20 years ago. It's been here for a while.
And the mayor said it recently. She said we have a very important Anglophone community that has contributed deeply to constructing and building the city, whether it is any of those communities you listed.
Leslie, I'll see you on Sunday.
And I'll see you at the Greek parade.
The Greek parade too. That's right. There's back-to-back parades on the. So on this weekend, make sure you vote for us for the best media float. Okay. If you have
Am I allowed to do that?
I don't know. If you have a vote, or if you know someone who has a vote, think about the people at CJAD. We'd like to win.
It's also CTV, right?
That's right. It's a dual
I have
float.
Family members on that.
That's right.
There may be a conflict.
Oh, that's right. You have to excuse yourself from the vote.
But I will call all my friends.
The equinox is 10:46 a.m.
Oh yeah,
being told by the crack squad here behind the scenes. You got the same.
Lauren just texted me 10:46 a.m.
10:46 a.m. Happy spring, Leslie. See
you
on
as
Sunday.
well.
Canadian women are looking for more out of themselves, their businesses, their elected leaders, and the world around them.
And that's why we're thrilled to introduce the Honest Talk podcast.
I'm Jennifer Stewart.
And I'm Catherine Clark. And in this podcast, we interview Canada's most inspiring women.
Entrepreneurs, artists, athletes, politicians, and newsmakers, all at different stages of their journey.
So if you're looking to connect, then we hope you'll join us.
Listen to the Honest Talk podcast on iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to your podcasts.